Hey everybody, it's Coach Rob. Welcome to another Coach's Log. And what we're going to talk about today is your core strength. If you are starting to discover that certain aspects of your sporting life is lacking, you've been putting in the time running, riding, maybe lifting weights, maybe not lifting weights, and you seem to have plateaued. And we're going to talk more about plateaus in the future, but this is one of those go-to things. What have you or have you not been doing with your core? And I think the biggest question that pops up, whether it's myself or any of the folks that I coach, is how do I know when I'm strong enough? Especially when it comes to my core. The core provides stability, especially from a point being that your core is the lowest center of gravity within your body, especially as you're a cyclist and you're bent over, whether you're on a regular road bike, mountain bike, time trial track, doesn't matter, is that the lower you go, the more important it becomes to focus on that stability. So how do you test? How do you discover whether or not your core is strong? It's not hard. The next time that you go out for a ride, a run, a walk, a swim, a climb, I don't care what your sport is. Let me give you an example as purely cycling, purely running. And then you can apply this to pretty much any other sport that you're involved in. It's so simple, you're going to be surprised. As you progress on your bike, when you're hitting a hill, rolling terrain, or maybe you are in flat land and you've got some headwinds and you're turning from this road to that road, as you turn into a headwind or as you approach a rolling series of hills, what I want you to do is to pull navel to spine, belly button to spine. Now, you still need to be breathing in. This is not a request for you to hold your breath. I think far too many people think that when they hold their navel in that they can't breathe. Mine's in right now and I am speaking. So as you can see, it is possible and it comes at various degrees. So I would caution this. I wouldn't do this for every hill or every crosswind or headwind scenario on a very, very, very long ride or run. Instead, I would do this on a shorter day. Maybe you've only got 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half max to burn. And I wouldn't do this for every hill. Now, here's the fun part, or maybe the not so fun part, is this. What you want to do now is you want to make sure that you give yourself about a day or so afterwards, because there's nothing that's going to happen in that ride or that run or any of those other activities that's going to say, oh, wow, there we go. I'm strong or I'm not strong. You may actually improve your performance by doing this. I mean, if you're already not engaging your core as you're climbing or navigating difficult terrain, then you are missing out. So there's a chance there that you may actually pick up some speed or drop your average time over a course. But what's going to happen is over the course of the next day or so, if your abs start to hurt, they start to ache, maybe they're a little bit burnt, they're on fire, then guess what? Your core needs to be worked on. I'm not going to go into, in this short coach's log, all of the various things that you could be doing to improve that core. There are so many things. And as a coach that preaches, practices, and is certified as a strength and conditioning coach for all levels of athleticism, one of the things I will share with you, though, is that there are a couple of things that you could be doing in your practice that will help. One of them is planks. And if you're not familiar with planks, it's a very, very simple routine. Doesn't require any kind of equipment. It's body weighted. It can be done to time or they can be done dynamically. What is the difference? Time is nothing more than hit the pose and hold. And you hold from anywhere from maybe as short as 15 seconds to as long as 5 minutes if you can bear it. And then, of course, dynamically means that the hold is much shorter, but you go from one movement pattern to another movement pattern, back and forth, back and forth. So you could go from a front plank to a side plank on the left or the right, and you rotate through that. You could do sets of 5, holding 30 seconds or 3 minutes each, whatever your core can handle. If you're new to this, start with very short durations. You're going to burn yourself up in just a couple of days, and you're going to regret it because your abs are going to just scream at you for 2 to 3 days for being so sore. So remember, core is important. The core stability, the core strength necessary to propel you, break through some of these plateaus that you're having, as well as get you over hillier terrain, or at the very least challenging terrain, a lot faster. And remember, it does not have to be difficult to improve upon the core. And we will be talking more about this and other types of conditioning exercises in the future. And as always, if you have questions, feel free. Leave them here in the comments. You can go to pauseperformancecoaching.com. You can leave us comments there, or you can reach out to us at any of our social media links that you can find in the About area on our YouTube channel. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your training week.